In the last video, I told you that you can't find yourself because there's nothing buried inside of you waiting to be uncovered. And that idea makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Because if there's no hidden self to find, what are you supposed to do? You build one. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do today. The W.O.L.F framework is the architecture I developed to answer one question. What does deliberate self-construction actually look like in practice? Not theory, not journaling prompts, a structural framework with 4 load-bearing pillars, each one a domain of your life that, if built with intention, produces a version of yourself you actually choose. W.O.L.F stands for willpower, order, love, and fidelity. Let's break all 4 of those down right now. Most people think willpower is a personality trait, meaning you either have it or you don't. That's wrong. Willpower is a skill, and like every skill, it's trainable. But before you can train it, you have to understand what it actually is. Willpower isn't gritting your teeth through discomfort. That's white-knuckling something. Willpower is the practiced ability to act in alignment with your intentions instead of your impulses. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake up every morning with unlimited reserves of discipline. He trained it deliberately, daily. Willpower is the first pillar because without it, nothing else holds. You can have the clearest vision of who you want to become, and without the capacity to act on it consistently, it stays a vision. So how do you build it? You start small. You make commitments you actually keep. Every time you follow through on something you said you'd do, especially when you don't feel like it, you're not just completing a task, you're laying a brick in the foundation of the person you're constructing. Order is the most misunderstood pillar because when most people hear it, they think rigid, restrictive, militaristic. That's not what order means here. Order is structure in service of freedom. It's the deliberate design of your environment, your routines, and your systems so that the person you're trying to build has the conditions to actually exist. Chaos doesn't produce growth, it produces reaction. When your life is unstructured, you're always responding to what's in front of you, never building toward what's ahead of you. The Taoists understood this. Wu Wei, which means effortless action, isn't the absence of structure. It's what happens when your structure becomes so aligned with your nature that the right actions flow naturally from it. Order is how you stop fighting your own life and start designing it. That means designing your daily routine, your environment, the inputs you allow, the boundaries you have. These aren't restrictions on your freedom. They're the architecture that makes freedom possible. The word love in the self-help space has been watered down into something that's almost become meaningless. I'm not talking about self-love in the bubble bath sense here. I'm talking about something harder and more honest than that. The decision to be genuinely invested in your own becoming. That's not narcissism, it's not ego, it's investment. A builder doesn't hate the building they're constructing, they care about it. They're committed to it. They show up for it even when the work is hard, when progress is slow, when the structure doesn't yet look like what they imagined in their minds before they began. Love in the W.O.L.F framework is the fuel. Willpower can get you moving, order can give you the structure, but without genuine care for the person you're in the process of building, those systems eventually collapse under the weight of self-neglect. This is also where your relationship with others lives, because the quality of the identity you construct is inseparable from the quality of the people and relationships you build it alongside. You can't construct yourself in isolation. Love is what keeps the construction connected to something beyond just yourself. This is the pillar most people skip entirely, which is exactly why most people quit. Fidelity means faithfulness, specifically, faithfulness to the version of yourself you've decided to build. Especially when every circumstance around you is pushing you toward an older, easier, more familiar version. Here's the problem. Identity change creates friction. The people in your life knew the old you. Your own habits were built around the old you. Your comfort zone was designed by the old you for the old you. Fidelity is the commitment to stay loyal to the construction, even when it's inconvenient, even when the old version would have been easier, even when no one around you understands what you're building yet. Fidelity is what separates people who transform from people who merely dabble. 4 pillars, 1 framework. Willpower gives you the capacity to act. Order gives you the conditions to build. Love gives you the reason to keep going. And fidelity keeps you honest when it would be easier to quit. That's W.O.L.F. Not a personality type, not a set of affirmations, a construction framework for a deliberately built life. In the next 4 videos, I'm going to break down each one of these pillars individually because each one deserves more than a few minutes, and each one has specific actionable work you can start doing immediately. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want the full framework, the philosophy, the exercises, the ICE model that ties all of this together, the book is linked in the description. This is the Wolf Mindset. I'll see you in the next one.